Breakfast is a scam. Like humans and animals don't eat breakfast. We just eat when we hunt, and it's often not first thing in the morning before we've actually went on a hunt. But many people will wake up and they'll have cereal and sugar and little, like breads and grains and everything. And then you're just digesting whilst you're trying to do your work. And you're wondering why you're so sleepy like an hour after you've woken up. And you're wondering why you need 2 coffees first thing in the morning. The difference this makes is absolutely huge. So if you want to be successful, don't underestimate this. Wake up, do that hard task, and specifically do it without eating anything so far. Make sure your body is fasted when you're doing the hardest tasks. You will perform so much better. If you've never tried this, just try it tomorrow. Wake up, do that hard work, and don't eat breakfast. Don't eat anything. Literally, you can just have water. You can have black coffee. Don't have anything else, and just see how much more your brain works, because it's not digesting, it's not feeling slow. These days, I'm so aware of this that if I eat any food, not even like unhealthy food, but if I even have a clean meal, I can feel the difference of what's happening to like my mental process, my intelligence, because I'm digesting, and your body uses a lot of processes for that. It almost seems ridiculous to me that people will eat and then try and do important work afterwards. When you eat, that should be a time for eating and socializing and resting. When you think about how animals eat, they feast and then they basically just like lay around. There's no animal that feasts and then tries to hunt afterwards. But in the modern day, that's exactly what we're doing. We eat and we try and hunt mentally afterwards with our work, with our studies, and we wonder why we're not performing well. That guy in your school whose grades or performance is so much better than yours, or the entrepreneur who's making more money than you in your niche, trust me when I say he's hungry, figuratively and literally. I thought of this once. I was like, imagine we put 2 men in a cage and told them, like, if you want to come out, you have to kill the other one. If we put that situation, which man do you think, if everything else was equal, which man do you think would perform better? The guy who woke up and had a bunch of cereal, or the man who's fasted and hungry? For many of the fitness athletes here, they'd say, yeah, the cereal because he's got carbs in him. But for many of the fighters, well, no, not exactly. If you're full, you're not going to have the same vigor to you. This is kind of like the opposite effect of ejaculation. For many men, they literally like ejaculate like every day with masturbation. And they wonder why they're so like lethargic and tired. It's the opposite of eating, where if you are full of your sperm as a man, you've got more energy. So full of sperm and empty of food makes a man a killer. If you can maintain that and retain and also fast, you can accomplish amazing things compared to the guy who's like spraying his seed and just eating sugar all the time. Also, if you do look online for all of your role models, you'd find it very interesting to see the dieting structure for many of the guys that you look up to. Andrew Tate, Jordan Peterson, Jocko Willink, David Goggins, Eman. A lot of these guys, very interestingly, when they've been asked about their diet structure, they always say the same thing. They say they wake up, they only have coffee first thing in the morning, they work and work and work, and when work's done, that's when they have a pretty big meal. It seems to me that a lot of these like high-performing guys, who are a lot of like the role models for young men, are all on what's called OMAD, 1 meal a day. They wake up, they work, and they eat their first meal, the only meal, at like 5 or 6 or 7 p.m.